Another day in another practice officially in the books for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But today was different. Today was amazing. The offense looked better. Russell Wilson came to play, and the pads came on. The ultimate first day of practice for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guess what? We're going to cover the entire thing in this video. So make sure you guys do me a favor before we jump in, before we get into the news, notes, highlights, observations. Do me a favor and go follow all of the Steelers media team on X. Now, the reason being is they're amazing. They keep us updated with all the highlights, all the news, all the notes, and without them, these videos are not possible to make. So please go follow them on X. I guarantee you guys will not regret it. At the end of the day, you'll be updated with practice just like I am. So go follow them on X. With that being said, enough with the BS. Let's get into what you guys want to hear about, and that's today's action, which was amazing. So obviously, we all know Russell Wilson walked down those steps with the helmet in hand, with the pads on, and from that moment, we knew the Steelers training camp had begun. And that was amazing to see. Russell Wilson, although he was very, very limited, looked good today. Russell Wilson did take part in handoff drills, but then in 6 or 7 on 7s, he did participate and went 6 for 6. Now, there was one part of practice that was very scary. It looked like they were working on a new install for a new offensive play that had to do with Roman Wilson in an end-around type of jet pass type of thing, right? And he ends up getting tackled by Anthony Everett. Obviously, first day of pads, they're going to tackle. Roman Wilson, gets rolled up on, and he goes to the sideline. Now, good news was he walked over there, was very, gingerly, but did walk over there on his own power. Couple minutes go by, cart comes out, and that's when I got a little bit nervous. He can't walk off the field by himself. Don't really know what's wrong with him specifically. If you guys have an update, let me know in the comments down below, but it looked like maybe a hip, maybe a back injury. I don't really know exactly what it was. But overall, guys, outside of that, everything was amazing. Russell Wilson was amazing, right? And as he gets more and more unlimited, things will start to ramp up for him. But it looked like Justin Fields was the QB1 today. Obviously, with him, limited. Justin Fields was amazing. His best day of training camp. Obviously, the pads fully come on, and this dude looks like he can't miss a beat. This dude wasn't missing a beat in terms of Justin Fields. 4-4 in his reps with the second-team offense in 7 on 7. I have not seen him do this in camp. Even when you date back to the Bears, he never had consistent days where he was just like, dot, dart, completion, right? You were just going crazy, and with his legs as well. We're gonna get into some of the plays here in a second, but I just want to give a big shout out to Justin Fields because he has been the ultimate pro and been making some big time plays and not complaining about maybe not being the starter. He's coming out here, he's working every single day, and that is something you love to see. Now, one play he found Darnell Washington over the middle. One thing we didn't see Darnell do a lot last year was catch the football, and I think today was kind of a telltale sign. You might see a lot more Darnell Washington this season, which is definitely something I want to see. Connor Hayward also caught a deep bomb from Russell Wilson. That was good to see. Dez Fitzpatrick had a really good day today. Had a couple of really bad days, but today bounced back. He's definitely got to watch out for to potentially climb up this depth chart. Again, Fields was the QB1, finding a couple of big time gains over the middle of the field, like I said, to Washington. Jalen Warren had a couple of nice catches. We had a big handoff to Najee Harris, who had a massive day today. A big gain, was very vocal in practice as well. Listen, it's not every day you see Najee Harris come in here in one-on-ones versus a linebacker trying to protect the quarterback, and he's vocal, man. He's calling people out. He's saying he can do this, he can do that, and he's holding his word, man. So shout out to Najee. A lot of people are really down on Najee and think he could have this will be his last year in Pittsburgh. Man, I don't know. He's been working hard. He's been activated. I'm excited to see him continue to grow. Now, before we get any further, we still got a lot to talk about. Trust me. Make sure you guys do me a big favor. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Steelers throughout the entirety of not only training camp, but preseason football games, live streaming those, breaking down the film on my Twitch. You can find the link in the description below, and also the regular season as well. Going to be posting film review videos of the offense, the defense, what they're looking like, how they're doing. We got you guys covered. But let's get more into some plays, man. So Russ ran the first 2 plays of 7-on-7s, had a short gain to Dre Jenkins. Next play was a rainbow, a beautiful throw, according to my boy B-Wall, to Connor Hayward. Like we said, got behind the defense and a massive pickup. And then Fields came on. He had a nice little check down. Second play was over the middle to Scotty Miller, who's been, maybe not breaking out, but he's been looking decent and more decent each and every single day as practice goes on, as he gets acclimated to the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. It seems like he's getting more involved. And now that Rowan Wilson is potentially could miss some time, look for Scotty Miller to continue to ramp up and get more and more as time goes on. The third play was a Dez Fitzpatrick catch over the middle, and then he hit Quez Watkins on a nice in route, Aver in coverage. And then from there, Russell Wilson came back in, and then he had a 1 to Calvin Austin, the third for a short gain. Also, Calvin Austin looks like he'll be the starting punt returner. He won the punt return drill today, who could catch the most balls with the punt return. You guys know that drill where you catch one, you got to keep holding on to it, then you got to catch a second one, and then you got to hold on to it, catch the third one. Calvin Austin won that drill today. Sorry, it took me a while to explain that one, but all right. So Russ's second pass of 7-on-7s was completed to Pruitt. Third one was to George Pickens on a quick slant. The fourth one was to George Pickens on a short gain with Queen coverage, and then Justin Fields came back in. Hit Dez Fitzpatrick for a couple plays, had Scotty Miller on one, and then Allen came in. Kyle Allen, a guy who has been really making a name for himself, definitely didn't have the best practice ever. Had one to Dez Fitzpatrick, had one to Scotty Miller, and then had a couple of overthrows, had a couple of rough starts. Just really could not hit anybody on target outside of a couple. So quarterbacks looked relatively good if you want to look at Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. So that's good to see. We also saw Grayland Arnold jump the pass. Looked like it could have been intercept. Actually, it was an interception from Kyle Allen intended for Quez Watkins. He's another guy trying to fight for a starting nickel spot on this team. But Beanie Bishop has been taking a ton of the first team snaps, with that defense. So look for Beanie Bishop and Grayland Arnold to continue to compete for that role. We had 11-on-11s. Justin Fields, again, 4 of 4, did not miss a pass. He had a screen, he had a deep corner route, he had a shallow cross, and also in the flat as well. Just great throws, great finds. Kyle Allen came in 1 for 3, had a sack and an interception as well. The interception did come from Grayland Arnold, like I said. Again, Russell Wilson didn't compete in the 11-on-11s. He was, just in with the 7-on-7s. We saw a lot of 1-on-1s today as well. Troy Fautano absolutely stood up TJ Watt on the first rep, and then the second rep, Watt tries to beat him with a speed rush. But Fautano, does a good job standing him up again, man. So shout out to Troy Fautano. Although he's a rookie, man don't look like a rookie. Logan Lee, another rookie, had a couple of big-time run stuffs in the middle of the field. He's trying to, garner some time in that defensive tackle position. Obviously, with Dean Lowry being injured, Logan Lee's getting a lot more opportunity. So shout out to him. Justin Fields, QB1 during 11-11s, had a nice quick screen to George Pickens. Joey Porter Jr. was in coverage. That's a matchup we've been seeing a lot this summer. Earlier today in 1-on-1s, I believe George Pickens had a one-handed snag over George Pickens or over Joey Porter Jr. in practice, so that was cool to see. Elliott had another blitz from the safety spot, where I believe he was actually in the slot on that specific play. He was a little bit late off the jump, off the snap, but you're seeing him a lot move around the line of scrimmage or get to that safety spot, or he's pretty much lining up everywhere. So shout out to Deshaun Elliott. Fields hit George Pickens on a drag route. That was good to see. And then we had some really good protection by the offensive line. Van Jefferson had a deep drag, another nice play. Again, I feel like Justin Fields did a good job going through progressions, finding the open man and taking what the defense gave him. Jalen Warren, dog in the backfield in terms of pass pro, had 2 really good reps against Patrick Queen, and Mike Tomlin was hyped about it, man. He was hyped about it. He was like, hey, that's what you're supposed to do, RB. Like, he was pumped. So that's cool. Jeremiah Moon, he's someone who has really kind of stepped up as of late. Looked good. Still a lot of work to do here to make a name for himself, but is already starting to look like a guy they like over here in Pittsburgh. Let's see, what else do we have today? I'm still looking to see if we can get anything on Roman Wilson. Oh, Najee in pass pro had a good rep versus Landon Roberts. Roberts won it again, did it, and then it was more of a balanced one. Roberts might have won it, but it was pretty close. Nick Herbig was getting clamped by Darnell Washington on the pass rush drill. We had Jefferson, nice quick slant on Everett. Jalen Warren continued to dominate on the pass blocking drills. So, hey, guys, overall, not really too much more to talk about. Today was an epic practice. It was a fun practice. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Najee, definitely the biggest standouts. Jalen Warren, a standout as well. George Pickens, Van Jefferson. The offensive line looked really, really good. Roman Wilson injury. Hopefully he's okay. But, guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you in the next Steelers update. Peace.